Now here's a Pokemon everybody knows. It's Pikachu. Easily the most famous Pokemon, Pikachu is not only the most famous Pokemon, but is also one of the most famous characters in video game history. This furry yellow rodent-esque creature. Okay, let's talk about what Pikachu is. A common misconception in the fandom is that Pikachu is based on the Lagomorph known as a Pika. However, this has been debunked by the developers, who said that the Pika part of the name comes from the Japanese onomatopoeia for spark. Because he's electric. Whatever. Anyway, they've said that Pikachu's design is primarily based on squirrels, so that's what I'm going with for this video. Now, with Pikachu, this also brings us to the introduction of baby Pokemon. See, in Generation 2, breeding was introduced, and I guess as an incentive to try it out, they gave a bunch of Gen 1 Pokemon pre-evolved forms. That's my only theory as to why baby Pokemon are a thing, because otherwise, these guys are the definition of filler. They're pretty much the same as other first stage Pokemon, but they can't breed and have terrible stats. Also, most of them evolve with friendship, such as is the case with the baby Pikachu, Pichu. By the way, if you're wondering why I wrote Pikachu instead of Pichu, it's because I titled the lines after the first evolution you can encounter in the games. So since Pichu was introduced after Pikachu, Pikachu is the first obtainable member of the party, so that's why I'm calling it that way. Anyway, Pichu is often described as being unable to use electricity without hurting itself, which is reflected in both the anime and its appearance in the Smash Bros. Games, but thankfully, in-game, this isn't the case. As stated earlier, at high friendship, Pichu evolved into the famous Pikachu. Pikachu are described as being very intelligent and social, with them even resuscitating their unconscious brethren with their electricity. Pikachu's rosy red cheeks are actually where its electricity is stored, and it's been shown that touching them will zap you. When exposed to a Thunderstone, Pikachu will evolve into Raichu, aka the Pokemon that I'm 95% sure they regret creating, considering how common it is for there to be scenarios where they incentivize you to keep your Pikachu from evolving. In fact, even in universe it's stated that people rarely ever evolve to Raichu. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if they had the ability to retcon a Pokemon out of existence, they would probably do this for Raichu in a heartbeat. Anyway, as for the Pokemon itself, they're described as having very powerful electricity, with it being stated to reach 100,000 volts, enough to faint an Indian elephant. That's not a joke, by the way, that's literally what the Pokedex says. I think the reason this became such a joke within the fandom is because 1, it's just a casual reference to a real animal, and 2, the fact they had to specify Indian elephants. So it's like, yeah, I can knock out an Indian elephant, but an African elephant, kind of a gray area. Hilariously enough, though, we did later get an actual Indian elephant Pokemon, which was Steel type, meaning it's weak to electric attacks. Anyway, Raichu are described as being very temperamental when they store a lot of electricity in their cheeks, which is said to be the result of stress from all the sparks, so can you really blame them? Now, as stated earlier, Raichu is always given the short end of the stick when it comes to stuff, but it was finally thrown a bone when it was given in Alolan form. In Alola, Raichus have gained the Psychic type and developed a more Surfer-esque personality. As for why they become psychic, well, even in-universe that's stated to be a mystery, but it's theorized to be related to pancakes. I will not elaborate. But this is literally all Raichu has gotten in terms of variants. You wanna know what Pikachu got? Well, first off, we got Cosplay Pikachu, where specially bred Pikachu can wear costumes. And no, this isn't just an outfit, each costume gives him a new move. Then we got Hat Pikachu, which is Pikachu wearing the hat of the anime's main character, Ash. Again, this isn't just a costume, they have unique stats, and a new super move. And Pikachu is one of only 3 Pokemon to not be fully evolved that can use G-Max. So yeah, they really do not want you to evolve into Raichu. Oh yeah, there was also spiky-eared Pichu for one game. It's Pichu with spikes on its ear tufts. It can't evolve, it can't be traded or transferred to other games, and its stats aren't that much better than the terrible Pichu stats. What is the point of this thing? Oh yeah, Pikachu and Raichu also have sexual dimorphism. Female Pikachus have a heart-shaped tail, and female Raichu are missing the tips of their tail. Uh, so yeah, that's a thing. So yeah, Stan Raichu.